What's up, guys? One Quad Man here, bringing you episode number 50 of our fairy tale reviews. And if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to destroy that like button down below for our 50th episode of Fairy Tale. Also, be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel, because I welcome every single one of you, new and old, both with open arms. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. Be sure to answer the question of the day and follow me on Twitter, both which will be in the description down below. And today is the last day I'm going to say the question of the day. Boom! Talk about rhyming. But anyways, today's question of the day is the same as it has been since episode number 45, I believe. And it is, I'm going to do a top 5 and top 10 list based on your choice tomorrow and Wednesday, and they're going to be male and female characters. So let me know in the comments if it should be top 5 or top 10 list. Also in the comments, let me know if it should be of male and female characters up until this point, or male and female characters up until the Tartaros Ark, which is way in the freaking future. So yeah, let me know. And with all that said and done, let's get this mother underway. Alright, so if today's episode isn't a filler, I don't know what the freaking heck is, because this episode just screams filler. And we start the episode off with Juvia at like some potion shop. It's very suspicious, very sketchy looking area, and they're making it like a drug deal pretty much. And so Juvia is trying to buy this potion, and if you know Juvia, then you know it's going to be a love potion, which is exactly what she's trying to find. And she's trying to find a love potion for Gray to fall in love with her. So yeah, very sketchy situation going on with Juvia in this potion shop. But we go on to the Fairy Tale Guild, and Lucy and Mira Jane are talking, and Mira Jane is mentioning like how cute of a couple Natsu and Lucy would be, and Lucy's getting all flustered saying, "No, we wouldn't." And then she looks at Natsu and she's like, "Would we?" And then, you know, he's like dancing on the table with Happy and I think Plu. I'm pretty sure he's dancing with Plu. And and she's like, "Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm not feeling anything." But it's just funny that Mira Jane thinks that Lucy and Natsu would be a good couple. What would their couple be? Lusu? I was like throwing around a few names. I came across Natsu and Lucy, you know, together as Nazi, but that's way bad. That is like territory no one should go to. But Lucy doesn't really think too much about it until she gets to her house and she sees Natsu just sitting there, and he's telling her, "Hey Lucy, I gotta tell you something very important." And he's like a little serious about it, and she's like saying, No, don't you dare tell me," because she doesn't want to, like, you know, start having feelings for Natsu because she works with him and all that stuff. And she pretty much just kicks him out before he can say anything. But too late about the having feelings for him, because after she kicks him out, Lucy's heart starts beating really, really fast, and she starts blushing, and she starts like fantasizing about Natsu, and it's a slippery slope for her right now. So the next day, we're at the Fairy Tale Guild, and Lucy is still nervous about the whole Natsu thing, and then she's just saying, "You know what, I'm just gonna go home, just relax." And then she starts leaving, and then Natsu comes up to her and says, "Hey Lucy, I have something really important I want to tell you. Do you think you could meet me by the Solar Tree at Southgate Park tonight?" And he starts blushing, and I'm like, wow, Natsu's actually blushing. And she's like super flustered right now, and she's saying, "Yeah, okay, yeah." And then she heads to her house, Natsu heads wherever. So we don't know what is going to be said. And then we go to Juvia, who's also in the Fairy Tale Guild, like in the hall. And she's like reminiscing that she has to like blow bubbles from this potion that she got from the, you know, potion dealer. And he has to like consume it or whatever. And so she like opens the cap and she starts blowing the bubbles. And she hits about every single person except for Gray. But lo and behold, she finally gets Gray with the bubbles. And then Gray looks at Juvia, and she's getting a little flustered herself, and he walks towards her. And then he walks past her, and he walks to Happy, who's eating his fish because he loves fish. And he's like yelling at Happy. He's like, look, Cat, I'm one of the strongest members of the guild, and I can't fly, but you're one of the weakest, and you can fly. You are my lifetime rival. I'm gonna fly. And I'm like, whoa, that took a drastic turn. And then everybody feels like the effects of this potion, and they start finding their rivals, like Wakaba and Macau become rivals. Team Shadow Gear and the Thunder Legion become rivals. Kana and Makarov become rivals, but Makarov becomes rivals with alcohol. I know it sounds weird, but he becomes rivals with alcohol. Mira Jane becomes rivals with, what's her face? Urza. And Urza, apparently you can be rivals with anybody or anything, because Urza is finding her rival, and it's a pillar. You know, like a wooden pillar. And she's getting angry at this pillar, like saying it silently mocks her because she always has to walk around it and she can't walk through it. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Come on now. And then Elfman can't find a rival because he's complaining. He's like, there aren't any real men to be my rival in this guild. Everybody's freaking going nuts right now. And turns out that this potion dealer had no idea what he gave to Juvia, and it cost her 60,000 jewel for whatever kind of potion he had. But anyways, we go to Lucy, and she's getting ready for her, you know, her time with Natsu, and she changes into this dress, and she actually looks really good, and she's saying, why am I getting dressed up for Natsu? And she's like trying to counter everything she does with saying, why am I doing this? Why am I not doing this? All that stuff. But she looks, honestly, really good in this dress, you know, for an anime character. And she starts heading towards Solitary in the Southgate Park. And sure enough, Natsu's there, and he's like, oh, great, I can finally tell you what I needed to tell you. And Lucy thinks that he's going to say, like, he's going to profess his feelings for her. Is that the word? Confess his feelings for her. And he ends up getting a shovel. And he's like, hey, do you think you can summon Virgo? And she's like, well, why? And he's like, because I didn't want to tell you, but there's like this secret treasure, and it has like like embarrassing pictures of everybody in the guild, and I'm trying to dig it up, and this ground's too hard for me to dig, so I was hoping that Virgo could dig it for me. So that's pretty much it for the Natsu and Lucy love fest that we know about. And turns out that Natsu just wanted Virgo for the embarrassing pictures in like some treasure chest or box underground. But Lucy doesn't mind. She like slaps Natsu silly and just runs away and says, like, she just, all the weight lifts right off her shoulders. So the next day, a lot of days passed in this episode. But the next day we're back in the Fairy Tail Guild Hall, and everybody's finally back to normal. And Gray's like in the water because he tried flying, and just a big hassle. And then Juvia's like helping him out and saying, okay, I gotta try this again. So she pours the entire like bottle into his mouth. He swallows it, and I don't know what the freaking heck Juvia's problem was. And he like says, curse you, you arrogant Horizon, I will conquer you, you are my rival. And so he runs towards the horizon, and he ends up on Galuna Island. And that is the end of the filler episode of Fairy Tail. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Fairy Tail. I know it was a filler, but in my opinion, it was one of the better fillers because it was just funny throughout the whole thing. If you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it yourself. It's a pretty funny filler, and this is coming from a person that despises fillers. Like, legit, when I first saw the episode, I was like, I don't even want to review this, but I was saying, no, I gotta review this. This is episode number 50, and I don't want to skip episode 50, even if it wasn't like a filler, if it was like a canon episode or whatever. Even if I didn't just want to skip 50 and go from 49 to 51. So I'm doing every single episode up until this point, like, of the Tartaros arc. That includes my least favorite arc, and that is the Lucy Clock arc. And I despise that arc so much, but that's just my opinion. I'm entitled to an opinion. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button down below for our 50th episode of Fairy Tale. And with all that said and done, guys, as always, keep it cool.